Coming up here in Arden in Sacramento, the food circus used to be right here, but when this new building went up, it was originally Virgin Megastore. And I had gone to Paris, France, shortly before they started building this, and gone to Virgin Megastore over there. And so I couldn't believe we were going to get one right here in Sacramento. We were going to be a world-class city, just like Paris. And I was outside waiting for the store to open on the first day, and there was a news crew outside, and I got on camera saying, I went all the way to Paris to shop at Virgin Megastore, and now we got one here in Sacramento. And, to be honest, the store was a little bit of a letdown. Keep in mind, we had several Tower stores here. Tower Records, of course, started out here in Sacramento. But, Virgin was still a decent store, but it wasn't as big as the one in Paris. But they had the requisite cool stuff like import CDs and all that. They were sometimes overpriced, but the last few years Laserdiscs were out. They had competitive prices on those, and I bought most of my Laserdiscs here the last few years they were out. Unfortunately, by the time DVD came around, a Best Buy had opened to the right of where we're looking right now, and they just killed Virgin on pricing. They sold all the new release DVDs below cost just to get you in the store, and Virgin couldn't compete with that, as well as popular albums. And Virgin went further downhill when they closed off the entire second floor, and to this day I do not know what the hell they have been doing with that second floor ever since. And so Virgin eventually went out of business, and I think Best Buy had a lot to do with that. The building was empty for a couple of years, and then Urban Outfitters moved in, and I had absolutely no use for that. They were around a few years, and then they closed. The building was empty for a couple more years, and then Party City opened in here. They used to be across the street, and then they moved into here, which was a huge mistake, and thankfully they went out of business about a year after that. So I thought, well, we can still have a chance of having something cool in this building again. But what do we get now? Fucking Boot Barn. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, going from a mega store to a barn, that is just, I can't think of anything more insulting than that. Who would, certainly no one from Paris would fly all the way over here just to shop at Boot Barn. And they used to have these cool displays in the front windows there with stuff promoting new albums. I remember the week they opened, they had a neon Eric Clapton sign, and I think they even had a life-size Kermit promoting a Muppet album that was out then. But now look at this. Cowboy hats. What the fuck? I can't think of a bigger downgrade than that. And, normally I wouldn't be so upset about this, but for the past 5 years, Sacramento has had literally no place to buy any new media. There hasn't been a single dedicated media store here for 5 years, which means that anything not mainstream enough for Walmart to carry, I have had to mail order, which I hate doing. The closest we have to a record store here now are a few small shops that sell mainly used stuff. You can't walk in on a release day and buy anything. Looking up at the top here, those black spaces in the building, they used to have giant album covers there, but then remember they got lazy and quit updating them, so they had these months old albums up there for a while, and now of course they're just black spaces. Somebody put a window in there, so whoever's lucky enough to get up to the second floor can see out of there. I still don't know what the hell is up there anymore. But yeah, this is just insulting. Sacramento desperately needs a good media store, and I don't know why we don't have one. Tower started here, of course, and I don't have enough time here to tell you the story of how they went under, but I was working for them at the time, so it was not they didn't just go out of business, they were basically murdered. And we had a local store, Dimple, for a while. They were okay, but their owners retired, and instead of selling their business to someone who would have kept it going, they just decided to liquidate. So that's left us with literally nothing. And to top it off, Best Buy, again, I blame them for certainly for putting Virgin out of business. But then Best Buy decided, you know what, we don't really want to sell music and movies anymore. We're just going to dump it. So now they've left us with nothing. And I don't have the business skills to open a store myself, but I sure wish somebody here did, and I'd help them out at least if they would do that. But yeah, so Sacramento remains a wasteland for media shopping now. But look what we get, a fucking boot barn. Going around the back here, they used to have some more cool stuff in those windows, but now they're blacked out. They even had a second entrance in the back, but now it's just an employee back door because, of course, why would you need two entrances for a fucking boot barn? So yeah, Sacramento, physical media wasteland, but we have a new boot barn. Enjoy.